Hello internet, and today's the day I'm going to get the bike ready for its first adventure. I still don't know when that's going to be. I'm still having a bit of trouble with this dreaded shoulder of mine, but I'm going to unpack, show you what I'm going to put on, then I'm going to put it on, and the bike will be basically ready to go. So just come along for the ride, and I'll give you some ideas of why I do things, and we can talk about it. Okay, so we're here in my workshop, and I just felt like putting this bike together because I'm itching to get going, and I do need to change a few things that are going to suit my stature, my preferred riding style. Some things are cosmetic, I have to admit that, but not only cosmetic. For example, I like to put on a shorter stem, but I've got myself quite a pretty one, and in that it's half titanium in colour and half black. Should fit the bike nicely. The standard one that comes with the bike is around the 55 millimeters. This one's 35 millimeters. I've got short arms, so this will work a treat for me and look a lot better than what the bike is supplied with. I don't know what the value of the one is that they've supplied, but I'm sure that they haven't gone to the bottom of the barrel. Now, there is also another reason for having to get a stem, even if I liked the stem that is on the bike. I definitely 100% need to shorten the handlebars. Now, again, I'm only 65 kilos, which makes me a pretty small size rider. So I don't believe the 800 one size fit all handlebars is a good option. I like to ride 720s, having a bit of trouble getting it out of the sleeve. And another thing that I go for, which I did with the previous bike, is carbon. Now, these are absolutely sensational, especially for the money. You can pay a lot of money for carbon bikes, but I've used a pair of these, which I bought from China in a shopping website, and they have been absolutely brilliant. I don't think anything would beat them as far as value for money, quality, and certainly not for price. And what I was going to say is the bike comes with 35 mil handlebars, which I don't understand why that's not necessary. That's probably would be better suited for, say, an extra large bike size, for an extra large rider that is just massive, 120 kilos worth of rider. Like I said, I'm featherweight. The bike comes with 35. Standard is 31.8, so because the stem's 35, that's another reason I have to get another stem. 31.8. So that is a good combination that I'll be putting on the bike. Now, one of the best things that I did for my original cube, took a chance on one of these, and it's a carbon fibre frame 3D printed saddle, and let me just tell you that these are the most comfortable seats you'll ever use, and they're basically indestructible. Now, I've come off a lot, riding a bike as much as you do come off a lot, and I would think that would test the saddle. It's one of the few things that does hit the ground when you hit the ground. But these things, this particular one that I've got, it's the same brand, so I thought I'm just going to get the same again. And the other thing that blows me away is the fact that it's not $200 to $300. You can buy these for under $100, and they are simply worth their weight in gold bullion. They are just the best thing to ride on. Super lightweight, super strong, and quite a good looking saddle. Way better than the saddle that's on the bike, but it's the comfort that I particularly like about that. So that is something I'm very much looking forward to updating on the bike. And what else have we got here that needs to be done? Okay, so this is something I did with the last bike. I see that you can buy wrap kits, several $100s, and first time you see some rocks on the paintwork, that's pretty much the end of the wrap kit. So I figure, why not get some of this thick, single-sided, easily removable tape. Now, I have done my previous bike in this, and it saved a lot of scratches, and I'm going to do this bike in this as well. It just means I have to cut the pieces and lay them on, but once it's on, all the paintwork, all the rub points, all the contact points, they're going to be protected. And this stuff, really, $10. And you know, I like to look after my things, but I just don't see the need to spend $200 to $300 on a wrap kit that's going to do the same job as this. And eventually you're going to peel off the wrap kit, throw it away, and either sell the bike as it is without, or put another kit on it. Why not do this? Much better idea. So, working our way to, I'm pretty sure this is the last item, and again, I've gone with what I've tried on the previous bike, and they have been indestructible. And these are a pair of clipless pedals, again from China. A lot of people might think, geez, you're a bit of a tight ass, everything's from China. I have run these on the original bike for a year now, and they're as smooth as that still. Fully rebuildable. You can pull them apart, rebuild them if you require to. They're not XT, they're race work, and they are probably every bit as good. Double-sided, something I like. You can get single-sided, so maybe clip in sometime, maybe not, but I like to be clipped in all the time. You do get a set of cleats with them. I've got so many sets of cleats, and I've got so many pairs of shoes, really isn't necessary, but these are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, like I say, these are chromoly axles, really good size, really good design, and they just do the job brilliantly. So I did get a little bit of extra thickness protection for the battery cover. I do notice that it was just a plastic cover. I'm not sure if all the bikes are, but I thought I'll just get another one of these, $5. Put it down there for the stone protection. Why not? Same colour as the bike, and yeah, I just thought I've got to have one of those. This is my vanity purchase, and I thought I wouldn't mind this in the workshop. Because I'm under my second cube, so just a nice little logo template, made of metal. I'll just put it up on the. There we are, cube. Oh, they come with a couple of stick-ons if I need to stick it on. I'm not sure how I'll put it up, but it'll just go up on on the workshop. But I just thought, yeah, I'm up to my second cube. I'm more than happy with the brand, and I just saw that again. I'm thinking somewhere between $6 and $7. I thought, why not? It's a vanity purchase. It came with all the other stuff. A lot of these sites that you can shop from, you can get all the goods, even though they're from different sellers. You can get them all packaged into one bundle, and they will deliver it at a single cost. I've totally forgotten what this is. New shirt. Okay, so got myself a treat, new shirt. That'll get out on the track. You'll see it when I'm filming, which isn't just now. So I'm just gonna start tearing the bike apart now, put all those bits on it, get it ready, and I'll introduce you to the finished product. The carbon fibre requires a special grease whenever it is attached to anything aluminium. It's not just a straight grease. It has to have a anti-slip agent in it, and I made sure I bought a few tubes as the two bikes are carbon fibre, which was the main thing, but then when I do things like this, replace the handlebars for carbon fibre, then I need that specific grease, otherwise it can slip, where this gives it a binding effect. So just need a little dab onto the stem, spread it out, and it just grabs nicely when tightened up. So that's how that's going to go, like so, and so, and obviously needing to get everything nice and level, but a lot of the finishing will be on the bike, not guessing while it's off the bike. So this will be roughly the upright. So let's see how that goes. Okay, now I've loosened everything, obviously not very well, and just need to just pop everything off the old handlebars and drop the new ones into place, put everything back on the way they came off, and then we take it off and give yourself a little bit of a fighting chance with the length of the cables. They're not normally too long, so you need to sort of go back and forwards with them. The Bosch clicker. Okay, so that's the old guys. Don't know what will happen then. Something I forgot to mention, I did get a carbon fibre cap as well to go with the, because the original one is not even round, so it's a different shape. So this is aluminium on aluminium, so I can put a bit of, probably take a spacer off. Actually, that could require the removal of 2 spacers. So, put the cap on. It's off the frame and on the ground, needs to be given a good shake back and forwards to make sure that the bearings have settled in, as the bike hasn't even gone for a ride yet. They'll definitely need to be bedded in, so let's just give that a little bit of a nip up. We'll put that on the correct way up. Okay, so it's got a rubber seal on it. I suppose it would, being an electronic device. So let's open it right up, put it over, lock it back down, and adjust it to its final seating position. Next, I did what I've been saying. You get caught out. Oh, that's all right. That's on. I'm going to have to open that. It put up a fight. I wasn't really happy about that, but let's just say I won, whatever that is. And now that I'm saying I won, I think I've got one cable around the wrong way, so I'm going to have to fix that. Yeah, otherwise we're just going to get too much cable rub. So let me fix that. All right, now I've gone and got everything fitted up, and oh well, we need to just torque everything down. This will only be till it actually gets a shakedown run, which it'll need for final torquing. That'll be roughly in this position. Brakes. Again, they'll need some bedding in. I do remember the Maguras, when I first started using them, I was a bit surprised how they weren't working so good, but once they bedded in, oh wow, what a difference, a couple of weeks worth of riding made, and they've just been brilliant ever since. So I'm going to treat the Shimano's the same. Be very wary. First starting with a spongy lever, and then they should, once they've had a proper bed in of the material, I'll be able to then really lean on them. Yeah, so always check. The grips normally have a left and right. They might even have an up and down. So just be careful whenever you're replacing grips, and not just straight off, straight on. You might have to check which way they have to go. So, alright, so the cockpit's starting to look so much better. The aesthetics of the stem looks so much better. These original bars, being 800, just too wide for me. Yeah, so just too much handlebars. So bring them down to my preferred size, and yeah, that's on. That's pretty good. I'll give that a bit of a tighten up as well, so they don't just keep flapping around. And we'll move on to the seat. I probably won't worry about the wrap tonight. That's quite a big job. Yeah, and I don't want to bore you with cutting bits of tape and putting it on and swearing and taking it off again and starting again. So all right, we'll move on to the pedals. Okay, so we're going to put the pedals on. Pretty straightforward. Always a good idea. A little bit of lube. That way it'll help you down the track. If you do ride in a lot of rain, now you've got a left and right. I nearly forgot. You've got a left and right, and that means you've got a left and right thread. So make sure you've got the right ones, and normally they're marked. And I'm having a hell of a job trying to find what this one is. I don't think I've got the right side. No, I had the right side. Okay, so what happens is both pedals go in forward motion. So it goes in and it just turns forward and just like that. This one is a 6mm Allen key from the inside. Sometimes they have a 15mm spanner that you can fit from the outside. So easiest way to tighten them, hold the back wheel, just give that a little bit of love, and don't go crazy because they are only alloy the arms, and I have seen people go too far and they won't come off. Okay, so that's the first one. A little bit of lube just on the thread. I like Vaso. It seems to be cleaner. It a little bit nicer to work with. It really doesn't matter so long as it's a grease of some sort. It'll be a red grease, a yellow grease. It doesn't matter. Blue grease. Yeah, as long as you've got some grease on the threads, always a good thing. So again, get that 6mm in there. Not doing real well here, am I? Cheers. Okay, hang on to that back wheel. Give that nice firm tightening. And again, these are all things after one good shakedown ride that you'll double check that nothing's come undone or could just do with another nip. So that's the pedals. They're on. So we'll just finish off with the saddle. Okay, last accessory to add on will be the saddle. I just loosened it up just to make my life a little bit easier, so I'm not spending half an hour boring you with undoing a saddle. So we'll get the old one off, probably a good quality thing, I don't know, doesn't matter, I won't be using it. So we'll get the saddle, we'll get the new one, we'll put on the, because they're carbon rails on this thing, we're going to need the grease again. So just put a little bit of grease, just 4 spots, 2 on the bottom, and some on the top. That way you know it's it's not going to slip around when it's finally on and tightened down. So let's get this in position. Alright, I have to admit something. That was a lot less fun than I was hoping it would be. It just beat me time and time again. Anyway, she's on now. I'll just give it a bit of a nip up and get it to a point where I can get it on the ground. I can then level it. I need to know how far front to back I'll be going, so there's still all these adjustments that need to be done. They'll probably happen on the track or to and from the car while riding. I normally carry a good selection of tools, so but I can just take extras if I need to. Anyway, she's on. Let's compare this. So I've got the front bar on the front bar. Okay, so I've got it about there. I've got it. I don't know that the markings are identical on both saddles. I'm just going to go with that for now until I'm out there and I can get a bit of a better idea. Let's put it down and see how that goes. It's a really good rack, this. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty level. I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll put it back up in the rack. So all locking into place. I think we're done for tonight. Give this a couple of final turns. Again, always be sure that everything is tight. This is where a lot of new bikes can be a problem. A lot of new anything, cars, power equipment. There's just something that hasn't been torqued right at the factory and it's gone out for sale and no one's bothered to recheck it. So anyway, there we have it. Let's go. Let's have a quick look over it now. So we've got the new pedals, double-sided. We've got the new carbon fibre saddle with 3D printed top. Beautiful and comfortable they are, let me tell you. If you want to invest in anything at all, get yourself one of these. They are just brilliant. So we've got the new stem with the new 720 bars. Lovely, very happy with that. And I also have the carbon fibre cap. So on that note, thanks for listening, and talk to you soon, hopefully when I'm riding.